Honorable Kioni to come and say a word, and since he's away, the Honorable Wycliffe Ambetsa of Paranya. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Our party leader, the other principals, ladies and gentlemen, I will be very brief. First of all, I want to thank you for sparing time to come here today. I knew we had very short time since we were approaching Easter, but we thought it would be important to talk to you as fast as possible before Easter. And we thought the easiest people to call were the group that is here. Let others who have been with us all along think that we have forgotten them. We are organizing, as you know, the family of AZIMIO had over 28 parties. Some of them never managed to have members of parliament. But in one way or another, they have representation at the county level. We are going to invite all of them because they have been part of this process so that we are able to brief them what we have done. I want also to take this opportunity to thank the leaders that are here. The leaders who are here, they have really spent their time the last 2 months sleeping late, planning how to go with the maandamano. They have gone through tear gas. The worst of it was last Thursday. Was it Thursday or Monday? Thursday. That was the worst that I thought that day we were going to lose our party leader here. Because I saw live bullets being aimed at him. If he was not in an armored car, he would have been no more. And that day, we were using Eugene Wamalua's vehicle. Wamalua left and joined Kalonzo in the other car, and I suspected Kalonzo had an armored car. So he was running away from us. And true to it, our vehicle was smashed. We were with the Olekina here. It was smashed by a fellow who removed a knife. He wanted to stab Olekina. But what saved us is that our driver was a policeman and he had a gun. So it's when he removed the gun, pointed the man, and the man ran away. Because also Olekina will be no more. Because he was just very close to him. We have gone through those processes. These people you see here have sacrificed. Some of you know. So you need to clap for them. This is a journey that we have to do together. But lastly, our party leader has gone through the key issues. Others might arise as we move on with the negotiation. But so long as the server is not open, we will not have sorted the problem of election injustices in this country. Because we have had disputes before. 2007, 2008, you remember how many people we lost. We lost over 1,000 people in this country. 2013, it was the same. 2017 is the same. 2022, same. So we don't need this again in 2027. And you have been given an opportunity to sort out this. And in any disease, if a doctor has to treat it, he must know what disease you are suffering from. He must carry out tests to know. before he subscribes the medicine you have to choose. So that's why you are saying that if we have to come up with proper laws that will help us have free and fair election in future, the server must be open. And secondly, the issue of cost of living. And these two are the most critical. Others can be added here and there. But these two are critical. Because sorting out the issue of cost of living is the easiest. You just reintroduce subsidies and people will be stable for the few months until we have harvesting, which will come in the next 3 or 4 months. We'll have enough. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate you as the chairman of the Executive Council of AZIMIO, that this is a journey that we must be together, and I thank very much, having been a former governor, the governors who have worked with us up to this moment. They have supported us, and you people must keep supporting us so that we are able to achieve our objective. Kwa hayo machache, Bwana Kioni, karibu na wewe useme yako ya huko na kule Central unaongea, karibu. Unakwenda na kitabu.
I think we'll just reiterate what others have said, what the leaders have said, led by our party leader, RAILA, ODINGA. Those are issues that are familiar to us. But maybe one of the other things is that as we deal with the members of parliament who close the floor, I think we are also saying members of the county assembly. It is across everybody who has been elected on a ticket. You must remain faithful to that ticket for the term of your stay. The other thing that I think I need to mention is, as been mentioned again, if you are not in a technical team, either by name or by party or by from where you come from, that should not be picked as a point of pulling others down. We need to support the teams to the end. I'm seated there because that is where Uhuru was supposed to sit, and he is the one I was expected to come and talk. He has a right to be here. He has been made a subject by the other party, and even if you do not want him, he has been donated to us. It is upon us to say whether we want him or we don't want him to be sitting with us. But I believe that he is the chairman of the AZIMIO Council, and where we sit, he should come and be part of us. I believe nobody should say otherwise. The issue that I think we also agreed upon, which I want to beg of you, and since you are the ones who attend these talk shows, is the issue of the cost of living. UDA relied on every aspect of the cost of living. They said that the cost of unga has gone up because of the handshake, ya Baba na Uhuru. They said that the cost of fuel has gone up because the prices were fixed in a boardroom. And they said that immediately they take over, na Biblia wakiweka chini, na Baba na Uhuru waondoke kwa barabara, chakula itakuwa imerudi chini. So that cannot be an issue that we take to a committee. It cannot be a subject of the committees that we are forming. It is upon those who are in office, of course illegally, but they are the ones sitting and they are the ones making the policies to ensure that they make the policies to bring down the cost of living. We cannot allow that to become our burden. It is the burden of those who are controlling the coffers to ensure that the cost of living of Kenyans is reduced. And it should be a minimum. If we cannot see them reducing the cost of living and taking steps that can reduce the cost of living, then going to the streets becomes the only option that we have. You know, okay, let me get it. So, ni vizuri tuhakikisha kwamba Biblia ilishuka, lakini kama ilikaa juu, Zakayo wako juu, uchuru iko juu, kila kiko. Those things cannot be part of our negotiating. They cannot be what we are going to sit and discuss. We cannot allow them to, we cannot agree to go and share in the problems that they should have solved. They lied when they were looking for votes. They must feel the cost of that lying. They have now said, and I think you remember, they said that the subsidies that were being given, pesa ilikuwa inaenda kwa mifuko ya wengine. Kama ilikuwa inaenda kwa mifuko ya wengine, na ilikuwa pesa ambayo ilikuwa inatoka kwa ushuru, hizo pesa zinaenda kwa mifuko ya kina nani sasa? Si watu wapatie wa Kenya gharama ya maisha ishuke. And you must get that basic when you are going for those talk shows. If you become technical, you are selling us. I listen to some people, wanakuwa very technical. UDA does not want anybody technical. You just become naked like they are, as long as you are not insulting. But don't go and become technical in those discussions. Tell them, mulisema pesa iliingia kwa mfuko ya wengine. Sasa inaingia kwa nani? That's the language Kenyans understand. And we need the Kenyans to be with us on this journey. And as I conclude, I know also if we had done, we would also be having very many minority leaders in Jubilee. We have MCAs across the counties and are occupying minority seats. Let us bring everybody on board. Let us not recruit on behalf of UDA. When you leave a person who feels he was supposed to be here, you are literally recruiting him on the other side. I know a number of members of parliament from Jubilee misbehaved by even saying things they should not have said. But like we are saying, there are those who have actually said we were misled. Open up for them. If there was an AZIMIO group, get them back. Let us get as many people. Don't give them responsibility here. You may not give them the responsibility of reading us, but let us have them back on board. Because it doesn't... let me say this, because I want to say this for the record. And I want to say it for the last time. The number of votes that came from Mount Kenya to Raila, Amoro, ODINGA. Tafadhali, kama wewe unapenda mzee, leader hiyo. Leader hiyo. The number of people who are in support of us because of those votes from that region, take care of them. When you see me here and you see Mother, I don't know whether Mother goes through the same thing. When you see me here coming from Mount Kenya and following AZIMIO, you are talking of wanting to kill you with a bullet. You should know I haven't slept home for so long when we are doing these things. We are also going through very difficult times, so we also don't want to see anybody trying to squeeze us out, because we are here by choice. Tafadhali, tuheshimiane kwa imani. Sorry, Bamba is the one coming next to speak for us.
I'm not going to speak for a long time. There's just one thing that I want to clarify now that the media is here. You saw Uhuru was in Kigali with President Kagame. Ruto was in Kigali with President Kagame 2 days ago, when a reporter asked him the question of what's happening here. Then he went at length to try to explain an issue called handshake. They don't want. This handshake has been in the mouths of these people for a long time. Oh, what was me when attack to Msumukati, attack a handshake, and so on. Now I want you guys to know where this handshake came from. In 2008, the country was burning The international community tried to intervene. Then chairman of African Union, President Kufuor of Ghana, came here, talked to us, and talked to Kibaki side. Then they proposed to bring in a mediator. The Prime Minister of UK then, Gordon Brown, also called us. In the end, they proposed Mr. Ramaphosa, who was rejected by the other side, that Ramaphosa was my friend. In the end, the name of Kofi Annan surfaced. As you see, most of those former President of Kaunda was here, Mkapa was here, former President of Botswana was here, Desmond Tutu was here, and so on. Then, in the end, the name of Kofi Annan came up and was then accepted to mediate together with President Mkapa and Madame Graça Machel. Then they came, it was agreed that each side appoints four to represent it. We were represented here by Honorable James Orengo, Mr. Salim Davadi, Mr. William Ruto himself, and Stanley Cosby. The other side was represented by Martha here. The other one was the late Mutula Kilonzo. The other one was Wetangula and Samungeri. This is the team that met at Serena Hotel and negotiated until there is agreed only on one issue of whether the accord should be entrenched in the Constitution. This is when Kofi Annan came to me and to Kibaki and asked that we have a meeting. That meeting was chaired by Kofi Annan. President Kikwete was present and President Mkapa. We agreed on that issue. Once we agreed on that only issue, then we were ready now to sign the accord, which was signed and presented to Parliament. Now, William Ruto himself was involved in negotiating that accord. Now he says RAILA is the author of accords. Then, in 2017, we went to court, and the Supreme Court nullified the elections and ordered a repeat. Then we said we went to IBC and we demanded certain reforms to be made before we participated in that election, because they said to go the same way with the same structure will not yield any different result. Doing the same thing the same way, expecting different results. When we then refused to go to elections, we asked our people to boycott. It was boycotted. In the statistics we have, only 17% of registered voters participated, because they came up with a small figure of 38%. Then there was stalemate. Then we said we had been cheated. Then we did the swearing in. Then the country was in a crisis. And it was Uhuru Kenyatta himself who looked for me